Hello everyone, welcome to the world of programming. In this video, we will be discussing the fundamental building blocks of any program, regardless of the programming language. And these low-level conceptual patterns are essential for creating efficient and effective programs. So let's open the IDE. So these constructs are input, output, sequential execution, conditional execution, repeated execution, and reuse. Okay, so the first thing is input. So the first step in any program is to gather data from the outside world, right? So this could be reading data from a file or a sensor or even a user input from the keyboard. And another thing is output. So once the program has processed the data, it's time to display the results, right? So this could be through a screen or a file or even a device like a speaker, printer. It could be anything. Okay, and the third one is sequential execution. So the step is to perform statements one after another in the order they are encountered in the script. So the first line will run first, and then the second line will be executed, and the third line, and so on. And the fourth one is conditional execution. So conditional execution means like this is where we check for certain conditions and then execute or skip a sequence of statements, right, based on the condition whether it's true or false. And one example is if else. And the fifth one is repeated execution. This is where we perform some set of statements repeatedly, right, usually with some variation. For loop is an example of this. And the sixth one is reuse, right? When we start writing bigger programs, we convert a certain set of instructions into a function so that it will be used in program whenever we need those instructions. So we will not have to write multiple times. We will just call that function and that's it. So this is called reusability. So let's start with first thing, input. Okay, your name equals to input enter your name. Okay, and then we will print that. So this is the input in this program, right? So it is an input function which prompts to the user to enter a string, enter a name. And the next part is output. So we will display the output through the console. Okay, so we will print that variable your name. That's it. So try to run this code. Yeah, it asks me to enter something. Okay, so let's type Ramesh. As you can see in the second line, it prints Ramesh. So it comes from this print your name. It doesn't look good. It started from where the name ends. So we will keep a colon here and then few space, and then we now it looks good. So this is the input. So it comes from this line. Okay, input, enter your name, and this line prints the value is stored in this variable. So this is input and here output. And let's go to sequential execution. It starts from top to bottom, right, in sequence. So when we run this program, what it does is first it asks us to enter a name, right, and then it prints the name. So this is in a sequence. And another thing is conditional execution. So here we try to check certain conditions and then execute a sequence of statements. Okay, so if your name equals to Ramesh, then we will print hi, else we will print by. Okay, let's execute it. So what should be the output? We cannot predict at this time because it will check whether the input is storing the value Ramesh or not. So let's run this code. Let's type Ramesh. So it will print hi, right? So it prints hi, and if we try to enter any other thing like Ram, it will print by. So what it actually does is, in this parenthesis, this is a condition. Okay, so it returns true or false. And next thing is repeated execution. So let's comment out this. If we want it to print 5 times the input taken by the program for I in range 5, this print will run 5 times because it starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will run 5 times. Yeah, as you can see, it gives 5 lines, 5 times Rohini, right? So this is a repeated execution. And the next thing is reuse. Okay, so to reuse a certain set of instructions, we define a function. Okay, we define a function and then we give it a name, and inside that function we put certain instructions, and whenever we need that, then we just call that function. Okay, so to define a function in Python, there is a keyword called def and the function name. Let's change it to print name 5 times, and we will use this concept repeated execution inside this. For I in range 5, print your name. Whenever we want to use these certain set of instructions, then we will call this print name 5 times method. It asks for name. Okay, so name is Rohan. It prints nothing because we have defined this function. We have not called this function yet. So to call a function, we need to type that function name. Yeah, so this is called calling a function, and this is called defining a function. Okay, so here we are calling this function. So whenever we call any function, it will run the code inside this function, inside the defined function. So let's run this. Yeah, hurry. It prints 5 times. Okay, because we have called this function here, and this function says for I in range 5, means from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 4, print your name, means it will run 5 times. So this is called reusability. So in this video we have covered the fundamental building blocks of any program, and understanding and mastering these concepts will help you become a good programmer. Thanks for watching this video.